there's this idea of what monk mode is, and it's like this time where you just don't talk to anyone, you don't talk to girls, you don't talk to guys, you don't do any of that stuff like at all. But that's just really not what it is, especially for people who are social autists like I used to be, right? It's not like I couldn't talk to people, it's that I wasn't very good at it. People didn't really respect me. I was the kind of guy to get talked over in conversations. It's really hard to go from that to being like the dominant person, the leading conversation, the guy making the jokes, right? It's really hard to do that. And I mean, there's a couple of steps you can do, and that's when you're on monk mode to not be a pussy and cope and be like, oh yeah, well I'm on monk mode, so I don't really have to talk to anyone, right? Wrong. If you were exactly like me, where like it's like the skinny fat of social skills, right? Where it's like you have some of the skinniness, right? Which is like the what you kind of want, where it's like you have the basic social skills, but then you have the fat, which is like the social anxiety and the, you know, things like that, right? If you're like that, then there's no reason why you should think that monk mode is a period of, you know, not talking to anyone and just avoiding social interaction entirely. It's not that at all. What it is a time for you to lock in and be focused on your goals. It doesn't mean avoid social interaction at all because people get this wrong all the time. And I was doing the same thing. I mean, I think I'm better about it now. I mean, I guess you could say I'm always on monk mode, but it doesn't mean that I'm avoiding social interaction with any maybe and not any chance I get. That's a bit extreme, right? For some people it's not, but for me, I think that's just a bit extreme. Like I don't want to be social that much, right? Like sometimes I like quiet, sometimes I like solitude, right? So it's not about that. It's more about when it becomes like so incredibly difficult for you to communicate with people on a basic level where you're the one talking quiet, you're slumped over, you're not making eye contact, you're fidgeting with your hands or on your phone, you're doing whatever, like that's when it becomes a problem. And that's kind of what skinny fat social means, right? That's where that behavior is bred. So you have to break that habit, first of all. You have to become, a little bit more confident with your social skills, right? That obviously helps. But the main thing I think is that people just really think like where this idea of monk mode comes from is because the people who talk about monk mode like this, where they're like, oh yeah, you don't need to talk to anyone, those people already have all the benefits from doing it before. Those people already are very social. Those people don't have any problem with being social. So them not being social is not a problem, right? They can not talk to anyone for 5 years and they come back and talk to somebody and they'll feel the same about it. But you, if you were like anything like me, you absolutely can't do that because you don't know how to talk to anyone, right? You don't know how to just walk up to somebody random and strike up a conversation. Probably don't know how to do that, right? Now that's not really like a problem for me. Like I do that all the time. And sometimes I'll like talk to so many people that I forget people's names and it's like feels kind of rude to ask them. That's something I definitely need to be better about, but it's it's mainly just the the spontaneous social anxiety that you get where it's someone random, doesn't have to be a girl, sometimes it's a guy, and you're like, yo bro, and it's just so unnatural and forced and awkward, and there's a way to not have that, right? It's just be the fun social guy, but like that's so much easier said than done, obviously. I mean, I've had situations where I have been that kind of person, but you can't really like be that person all the time. It feels very forced sometimes. It feels very wrong sometimes, even though you know that you probably should be doing that. I'm gonna be honest, I'm definitely not that committed to that, you know, personality that I can do that all the time, but I do try to do it as much as possible. So once you are that fun social guy, then your monk mode can become an isolation period. but it shouldn't default to that if you are not socially capable. It's so stupid. It's counterintuitive. It's like, it's like going to the gym and then, you know, not sleeping very well, I guess is a good example. It's like the recovery part of the gym is sleeping, right? So if you don't sleep but you lift, you're not really going to gain anything from that, right? And part of monk mode is extreme self improvement, right? So if you're on extreme self improvement and what you need to improve is your social skills, why the fuck would you not go talk to people? That's so stupid. That's counterintuitive. You're actually self degrading yourself, or at least stunting your improvement. That's probably a better. I mean, it's not really like degrading yourself. It's more like self degradation, which is just sorry, not self deg. It's like self stunting. It's just you're just cock blocking yourself, right? You're just absolutely stopping yourself from being a better person. So just don't think of it like that. And that's also easier said than done, right? Oh yeah, just don't think of it this way, right? But it's really like put a like a piece of paper on your wall. Like I have them all around my room. Like I have ones that say do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. I have ones that say um do what makes you stronger, not what makes you feel good. Like I have ones all around my wall, right? And I read them every day, just by accident, just by glancing at them, right? So that's something you can do to be like, yeah, monk mode is not a period of isolation if you are in the same situation that I was during that time, where like you're just really stupid in social situations. Because if you are in that situation, then you should probably have one of those papers up on your wall. And then you should put another one up there that says reminder to talk to one guy, one girl today, right? That's a really good goal to set every single day. One new one, not the same one every day. Eventually, you're going to run out of people to talk to, obviously, but it's going to take you a long time before you do that. And you'll probably be, out of that situation that you're in by the time you run out of people to talk to. Unless you go to like a really small school, then I could understand. But my target audience is not people older than me, so you should probably be in school if you're watching these videos. And you're not going to run out of people to talk to most likely in school. Probably not. And if you are older and you live in a city, you're 100% not going to run out of people to talk to. There is tens of thousands of people sometimes in cities. So you are covered. So there's no excuse. Oh, but I've already talked to that person. Great. Then talk to someone new. Great. You just made it easier for yourself, right? You can not talk to that person. Maybe you can greet them, but like one new person a day. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Really, it's not. So yeah, quick summary of the entire video. Monk mode is not a period of isolation if you're a social retard. Thanks for watching.